There is rain in the area, but we've been given Ji-Man Choi the next to hit. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Tampa Bay, the first baseman.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball one. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
Total agreement, Matt, and particularly that pitcher's mound. You know, one of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position players, but that mound gets awfully slippery and awfully wet when it becomes moist like it is right now. So the umpires are going to have to really pay attention to the conditions on the field.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Wander Franco, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. And that misses for ball one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Fouled away. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are two gone.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
Even 1-1 count to Margot.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
And he fouls this one off. Working on striking out the side in the first. And just a masterful job of pitching here as he strikes out the side in order. Craig Biggio digging in now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The second baseman.
Hit on the ground to third. Reined in. Throw to first is in time for the first out. So now to the plate, Barry Larkin. First offering on its way.
Hey, if he's going to execute that curveball, and that's the first one of the day, if he's going to execute it like that, be on the lookout for that one. That's going to be a big pitch for him today.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Hill has a reputation, or a knack, if you will, for working himself out of tough situations when he finds himself there. A lot of relief pitchers are known for that, obviously, but as a starter, that's certainly a valuable characteristic to have.
Matty D, and I'm going to tell you who likes this. The bullpen likes it, and the manager likes this, because most pitchers are going to get into trouble at least 1 or 2 times during the course of a start, and it's nice to know as a manager that you have a guy that's out there that can pitch with men on base and wiggle out of some tough jams. This guy's made a living doing this in his career.
Nice AB right there. A little potential for some 2-out lightning, getting a cleanup hitter to the dish after the first 2 batters of the inning were retired.
Now into the box, Vladimir Guerrero. He gets hit here.
That's you with that big Benz, huh? That's you that can't keep old, cause you keep yelling them friends, huh? You gotta go to court, huh? You got service subpoena for child support, huh? That was that nerve, huh? You ain't even get a chance to say a word, huh? I know I ain't tripping. Don't your brother got them birds, huh? You ready to bust you somebody, huh? You ain't scared, huh? You know how to play it, huh? I know you ain't gonna let somebody come and punk you, huh? Stand in front you, huh? Straight up run you, huh? You know who got that fight, huh? You know how to use a triple beam, huh? It ain't hard as it seems, huh? You keep your body clean, huh? You got a lot of your bold jeans, huh? Some of your partners, huh? You don't really want to mess with them clowns, huh? You come up with them clowns, huh? You stuck with them clowns, huh? You big cheese, you got black on fire. protect your chest, huh? You spend 70 on your bins, huh? And ain't sure that's for your friends, huh? You won't stop these heads from playing with you, huh? You won't run the
Big Daddy Babe.
The last one was rocks, huh? You keep it, huh? You count the money at the end of the night, huh? You on a 3-day flight, huh? You full of that, huh? You ducking them people, huh? You the one face was on news last night, huh? You the one the dudes out their shoes last night, huh? You don't come in the project when it's dark, huh? You claim you're a thug and you ain't got no heart, huh? You came in the Nori on New Year's Eve, huh? You got stuck and then you couldn't leave, huh? It was hard for you to breathe, huh? You're a paper chaser, you got your block on fire, remain in the G. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. To make nothing out of something, you handle your biz. And don't be crying, it is something you a paper chaser. You got your block on fire, remain in the G. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. To make nothing out of something, you handle your biz. And don't be crying, it is something. You got a trespass. You got on the hard, huh? When you was looking at them, you don't know when to quit, huh? That's you with that shot call and click, huh? That's you with that ball and click, huh? That's you that's taking them hits, huh? Your girl don't know when to shut up her mouth, huh? You gon' one of her teeth out, huh? You done switch from Nikes to Reeboks, huh? You twinkle your goals every time you leave your house, huh? Don't mean them tax checks out, huh? You about to flip that, huh? You about to go so you, huh? You about to go treat your, huh? You about to go put the on one of these, huh? When you broke, you drove, huh? When you paid, you got boo-boo places to go, huh? You on top, huh? You don't think you can be stopped, huh? You by the shop, huh? You riding in the Benz on 20-inch rims, huh? You're a paper chaser, you got your block on fire, you remain in the G. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. To make nothing out of something, you handle your biz. And don't be crying, and it's something, you a paper chaser. You got your block on fire, you remain in the G. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. To make nothing out of something, you handle your biz. And don't be crying, and it's something. Let's say you had a DJ and you about to come, you better run for it, run for it, run. You in the Magnolia and them boys pulling you better run for it, run for it, run. Let's say you got a bundle of dope and nobody come, you better run for it, run for it, run. Let's say you in the yo and them people got them, you better run for it, run for it, run.
1998, don't that sound great? Another hookup. DJ Meezy, man, express on the track.
Yeah. Travi, where the drums at?
Don't you see them?
Every time I light one up,
Don't you see them?
I hop in my car.
Don't you see them?
I'm gonna hear something. Rolling down the street in it. Pair of chucks got my feet in it. Whole pound, no 6 in it. Bring the Khalifa clone, I put the fees in it. KK got the whole place lit up. Hit the switch, make my 6'2" sit up. I know you sick, don't spit up. Tell homegirl if I can't, she gotta
Don't
get
you
up.
see them?
Bang.
Don't you see them?
Bang. Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. Say she wanna roll with us, then roll with us. Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. Seat in the back, supposed to be the front. Say it's too loud, still turning up. Why you all in my face? I don't give a. She ride shotgun, try and give me some. Oh, there you go again. Rolling up, putting on the floor again. A nice day, I might roll to the stove again and let y'all see the whip. Get a whip, hit a switch, get a.
Don't you see them?
Bang.
Don't you see them?
Bang. Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. Say she wanna roll with us, then roll with us. Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. that you driving? What's that that you rocking? Yeah, I know you've been hanging, and I know you've been hanging. What's that whip that you driving? What's that that you rocking?
Don't you see them? Don't you see them?
Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. Say she wanna roll with us, then roll with us. Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now I'm switching up my energy. My enemies feel like I got hundreds of them. No love for me. Y'all ain't in the streets. Y'all is in the street. Y'all take ministry. Y'all just sin and preach. No deal, I like the breach. I call up my lawyer like, never mind. They playing with all of these and this is money, but never mind. That could probably never rhyme and still be $1 million up. I only spend money on her if I know she the truth, just to keep it a buck. You play with me once and you dumb. The that I say when I'm done, you know I'm ignorant. I'm at my house party acting, telling my guests that I don't use it. Then turn around and I do it again. Act like a saint, who am I to pretend? Asking the Lord to forgive all my sins with my fingers crossed behind my back with a grand. I sin. I feel like the Bucks. I win. Again and again. Now they telling they friends. I don't know who my friends, they like to pretend.
Please leave your name and phone number after the beep.
Cause they couldn't see me going very far. Now I be overseas with the mob. I get paid when I pass a bar, but I got no love for the law. I can't remember when I had a job. Back when they wouldn't build, now they bob. I still got paper tags on my car. Now I got gophers f***ing up my lawn. That is annoying. I'm picking my poison. You crabs in a barrel, while my lobster is boiling. I'm trying to avoid them, but they keep on coming for me. DMX, what they wanting from me? BMX, I ain't stunting for free. On my mama deceased, so you know that it's true when I speak. Matador, I ain't running from beef. Mike Tyson asked why my hunger so deep. I replied, ain't no love in the streets. Also, there wasn't no love in my home, so only get love when it's coming from me. Preach. I sin. I feel like the Bucks. I win. Again and again. Now they telling they friends. I don't know who my friends, they like to pretend. Santa Monica Boulevard, I can't tell it. Amen.
skies, we're in love with being selfless. Let's make the most, say a toast before we melt.
Don't do this to me.
We're both so far gone. Yeah, tell right from you say you're mine, but you're anybody else's. I say I'm yours, but there's always someone else. We're both so far gone. Yeah, tell right from I've been waiting, elevated, hanging on the line. Hate to say it, your new favorite, going out of style. Through the raiders, broken heroes, they're just wooden wires. Hallelujah, spread the news, but don't believe the hype. Alright, are you afraid to try? I know a place we can start.
With the MLB draft already underway, a young prospect shares his expectations with a former coach.
Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's his world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers, I'm talking to my sources and my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 round.
minor league manager checks in with one of his players to discuss a launch plan for the young man's development.
Rolling along with the podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community, I am opposed to this belief that he went too high. I really think he could be a steal here. This is a guy who's got so much development left to do. He's got so much potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
A minor league pitching coach offers advice to a new member of his staff. A Double-A hitting coach touches base with a new arrival to the team. A prospect receives a check-in from his agent, who wants to make sure his client's career is being launched in a way that suits the young man's goals and ambitions.
We hear all the time from people around the game that Double-A is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before. That can be a big challenge for a young hitter.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, when you think back to you know, some of the pitchers that I faced, some of the guys that you face in the big leagues for 5, 6, 10 years, you're thinking, man, I saw him somewhere.
A player new to his Double-A squad gets a tip from one of his coaches. This manager appeals to his hitters to be more discerning at the plate.
Well, for a minute, it really looked like they were going to play with using this kid on the mound and in the field, but it seems they've quickly...
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
One of the most underappreciated skills a young player can develop is plate discipline and the ability to work good counts to your advantage. A good at-bat can go a long way. Mike Lowell.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of...
Another look at one of my favorite prospects to talk about. He's doing really well with the bat in his hands early on in his professional career. Jim Cal...
An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure his client is happy with his situation. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client. Confident. But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actualities. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Carlos, we often hear about the importance of day-to-day consistency.
A manager checks in with his ball club. A Double-A manager has called one of his young players. The word is good. Within 48 hours, this player will be in.
He recently got the call to AAA, and he is now within shouting distance of the major leagues. But for now, he'll have to prove that he can compete and excel at this AAA level. Jonathan Mayo of MLB Pipeline is here with me today. How does AAA prepare a player for the majors in a way that AA doesn't?
A coach hopes to help his player get more out of his plate appearances.
We are getting closer day by day to the trade deadline, and that means that top prospects could be on the move. I'm joined today by Carlos Pena. And Carlos, when you were on your way up the ladder...
Sometimes dreams do come true. This player is about to get the chance that millions only dream of. The chance to see if he's got what...
Back here on MLB Central, and before the break, we talked a little bit about an exciting prospect who has made his way to the major leagues. Minor league podcaster Ben Gelman has been covering this player for a long time, and he joins us now.
Lost the change in a car seat, aiming at the mirror, but still blames the party. As if everybody's listening wrong. It's the vision I've drawn of this impossible mission I'm on. I ain't like the rest of the scene. I'm not swimming in a stream of synthetic dreams. No, I work hard, keep everything clean, cause the needle still stings when the pendulum swings.
Afternoon baseball for your viewing pleasure on a fine Sunday afternoon from Comerica. Ready now is Big Daddy Babe.
Shortstop.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And a long run, but he gets there, and that's good range in the outfield as there are two gone. Ready with the 1-1. Grounded up the first baseline. He's right there. There's one.
He's out.
Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Now to bat, Austin Hayes. Singled in his last at-bat. Drilled to the left side. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. You can relate, Dan. So what's going through the pitcher's mind right now?
Well, Matt,
now to the plate, Big Daddy Babe flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something.
Now at the plate is Big Daddy Babe, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike one. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Tigers thus far. Here's another shot down the line in right.
Go to.
Running hard, he's digging for second. And he will get in there with his first big league hit, a double.
Matty, not only his first big league hit, but first big league extra base hit right there. Unbelievable double right there. That's got to feel so much better than just getting a generic single on your first knock.
And here's Renato Nunez, runner in scoring position with Cigar. 1-1 home. Runner breaks for third. Hits inside the throw. Skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
You know, I was pretty surprised to see him on the move to third because it didn't seem like he had that much of a lead, but he made it work out. That was really impressive.
Babe at third with 2 away. Ball even at 2-2. The runner's breaking for home. Tried to make it home when he shouldn't have, and now they've got him hung up. And he'll be tagged out heading toward the plate, and with that, the inning is over. Tigers are shut. Next for the Tigers, Big Daddy Babe. He doubled his last time up.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up.
Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. He gets under it and makes the catch in the deep part of the field. A 9-2 finish at the end of this.
Don't worry, you're gonna be happy. Keep working today. That smile will come one day.
A rookie major leaguer gets a small taste of the national media spotlight. This manager is looking to get more production out of his hitters.
You gotta be happy. Keep working today. That smile will come one day. Don't worry. You gotta be happy. Keep fighting today.
Nighttime baseball on tap from Comerica. And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. And he's certainly been making a run for that top spot in the home run standings with his performance over the last couple of weeks.
And don't think that the guys above him haven't looked in their rear view and seen how hot he's been. He is coming, and I wouldn't be shocked if he catches him here in the next couple of weeks.
Into the box, Big Daddy Babe, and he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale. All over that one, but a little out in front, foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late. Sale is a guy who throws a lot of strikes, rarely walks people, but what does bite him occasionally is the home run ball.
Matt, this is a guy that's not a power type of pitcher, so he needs to rely on being down in the strike zone. One of the keys, he tends to lose being aggressive when he falls behind, and he kind of nibbles around the strike zone. And what happens with that, Matty V, he becomes very...
Stepping up is J.D. Martinez. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. If the double play is in order, anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they can certainly roll two.
On the first, and as Ernie may have said, it's 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers. And next it'll be the Tigers cleanup hitter, Big Daddy Babe. He went down on strikes in his last at bat. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Verdugo waits on it. 2 gone. Two men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th, and that'll bring in the Georgia native Charlie Culberson. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Swinging a soft liner. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. So the next to bat will be Big Daddy Babe. He flew out in his last AB.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Next up, Big Daddy Babe, runner in scoring position with Sagan. Now the first pitch, down the first baseline. Scooped up, And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Striding in for Boston, J.D. Martin. A 6-0 shutout to finish off tonight's game. Boston get their 30th in number.
A newcomer to the big leagues is interviewed about a milestone moment in his young career.
A rookie has a lot of expectations on them, and a lot of that comes from how they performed in the minors. You're Cliff Floyd, you know that.
A hitter who has been whiffing a lot is coached to return to his fundamentals.
Sports psychology has really exploded as an industry over the last couple decades, but for base... Cliff, what adjustments should a young hitter be making now that he's facing major league level pitching?
Well, yeah. September 9th is a special day across Major League Baseball when we celebrate the life and career of the...
A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season.
Case, if I can, I want to follow up on one of the most exciting...
Jenny Finch, you weren't just a star on the softball diamond, but you are also the wife of a former major leaguer. What is it like to be part of the family of a major league rookie?
You're out there with them. You know, it takes a village. It truly does. And you're riding every level, every long bus trip. You know, you've been there the entire way trying to get them to this point. And so to be able to see them shine and to make it to the bigs, there's only a handful of people that make it there. And, you know, it's the greatest to be able to see dreams being accomplished and them doing it and having the opportunity to play on the big stage. Because you realize everything has to be aligned in order for you to have that opportunity. And it's so very...
He's been on a great run lately. There is no doubt about it. And he has created a lot of buzz.
A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
All right, I admit it. All right, he's going to make it here. I mean, you know, listen, he's not...
A manager gooses his team about a lackluster area of performance.
Jonathan Mayo, what is it about young players excelling that just captures the imagination?
I think because for most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, you know, we were barely, you know...
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Jenny, you were not just a legend on the softball diamond. You're a wife of a former major leaguer. I'm so curious, what's it like for a wife of a rookie in this?
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Well, you can bet he'd like to make a little more contact going forward. It's been a lot of strikeouts recently for him. He needs to rediscover his...
A player's agent calls to touch base. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere.
This is early in his career, and he's lighting it up. He's causing waves around the game.
A player is encouraged to keep developing his complementary skills. A player receives an update from his representative. This manager appeals to his hitters to be more discerning at the plate.
Carlos, this is no longer a small sample size. We're getting deeper into the baseball season, and he's continuing to put on a show. Even whispers of Rookie of the Year. You lived that.
A A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager addresses his team about their recent slump.
Ken, we've seen how the fans are taking to this young star. What about the veteran players around him? I'm so curious. How do they react to a rising star in their midst? What's the vibe around him in the cage?
Top players become great players by continuing to think of themselves as developing players.
Carlos, you once recommended to me that I stay away from negative terms like slumps, so I'm going to try to...
This manager is looking to get more production out of his hitters.
Most rookies at the major league level do struggle a bit at some point, and he's in a bit of a skid right now.
Mike, we know it. Failure's a part of this great game. How do major leaguers deal with it?
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. The skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season.
Hey! You don't get him right all the time. All right, we found Lou Gehrig. What can I tell you? Look at that, guys. I give a flip. Much better than I thought. I saw him flailing away at curveballs in the minor leagues. I thought, no chance. We were wasting our time. I admit it. Wrong. Thank God I'm wrong. All right, I'd rather have it this way than the other way, right? Thinking I had Lou Gehrig and he's terrible. I didn't think I had Lou Gehrig, now I have him. So I'll take it. Yeah, he's going to be a big player. Thank goodness. Cooperstown. Hey, you know what? Good for us, baby. Cooperstown. I'm happy with it.
Jenny, our viewers have noticed over time that your dog Bella seems to have a favorite place to sleep.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager addresses his team about their recent slump.
Look, there are stars, and then there are superstars. And I'm talking with a man that falls in that latter category. Ken Griffey Jr. joins us now. Ken, what do you think? It really...
A hitter who has been whiffing a lot is coached to return to his fundamentals. A manager exhorts his team regarding a deficient area of production. An agent calls to check in with one of his clients. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. A coach hopes to help his player get more out of his plate appearances. A player receives an update from his representative. This manager looks to get his team's offense producing more consistently. A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development. A Major League skipper acknowledges a young player who's been greatly exceeding expectations. An MLB franchise is wise to recognize the obvious. Young players.
Feel the bass when you not around. Golden glove with a triple crown. I raise the ring cause I hold it down. I'm about to chase money in case. Clean up base. Pick up the pace. I'm about to chase money in case. Clean up base. Got a call for it if you got it. Ain't no stopping on the go. Got a call for it if you got it. Going live for it if you so. Got a call for it if you got it. Ain't no stopping on the go. Got a call for it if you got it.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. Let's get right to it. It's time for the Home Run Derby. The round is now underway.
That contract, they want me back. I'ma have to green it up like Way Wall in the field line. Worry about y'all, it's just my time. I got my swing right, that's the green light, that's just my sign. You want the green light, if you miss stop, no press rewind.
Hitting second, the challenger, representing the Detroit Tigers, number 69, Big Daddy, Dave. That one's out of here, heading to the second deck. And there it goes, into the bleacher seats. 3 minutes to go. See you later. Into the fountain. It's out of here. Into the visitors' bullpen. And that one gone. Into the second deck. It's out of here. Into the rock. Wow. Another home run. No doubt about that one. 2 minutes remaining. A hat trick. 3 in a row. No question about that one. Goodbye. He takes on the bleacher section. It's out of here. Into the upper deck. His third in a row. Just 1 minute remaining. Number 4 in a row. That is now 5 in a row. 30 seconds left. And that ends the round. He ends the round with an incredible 17 home runs. And that means he'll be moving on to the semifinal matchup. Let's see what he can do.
One shot is never enough for this way.
Up first in this semifinal matchup, number 69, Big Daddy, Dave. See you later. Into the bleachers. Is out of here. Heads up, bleachers. Goodbye. Look out, upper deck. Remaining. goes into the bleacher seats. That one out of here and into the second deck. Just 1 minute remaining. See you later. All the way to the upper deck. And that one gone into the second deck. It's out of here into the upper deck. That's gone into the bullpen. Oh, that's a monster home run. Another home run. Goodbye. He takes on the bleacher section. Goodbye. That's into the bullpen. 4 in a row now. And no time remaining. That will do it. And he finishes with an impressive 15 home runs. And he will have to wait to see if that holds up. The round has officially started, so here we go. That's gone over the deep part of the wall. To the rock. Wow. See you later. That one's in the bullpen. That's gone all the way out to the concourse. That's number 4 in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, your home run derby champion, Yordan Alvarez.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I go by the name of Phil Augusta Jackson. This is the Redondo tape. Shout out to Nick Lee. 6 months in Redondo, beach right by the condo. Oh my gosh, oh my casa. I'ma need my sushi pronto. Shooting star like a Cosmo. Make you move like a mambo. Spank a hater like
A player receives an unexpected call. It's his former high school coach, who was an important man. Most high achievers have, in their past, an important someone who first believed in them. This manager appeals to his hitters to be more discerning at the plate. An all-star player is encouraged to continue to broaden his game. A manager challenges his hitters to step up their game. A coach looks to help one of his stars become even better. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season.